Hi, I'm Sean Marion. I work with BMC Server Automation. I'm here to talk today about standing up a new instance of BladeLogic for testing or development purposes. We're going to start with the creation and population of the BladeLogic Server database.
We built a Windows 2008 system and installed SQL Server. Now that our basic infrastructure is set up, it's time to do the main BSA install. Here's a folder with the basic BladeLogic Server Automation 8 to install media for Windows, which I'll copy into the demonstration VM.
So even if you've installed BladeLogic before, I'd recommend you sit down with the documentation and just read through it once. Steps through the correct order of installation, how to build out the database, and so forth. We have 4 major tasks today. We're going to build out the database, install the file server agent and the application server, and the console. So now we're ready to start. So let's look in the 8.2 folder. Here's a zip file called the 8.2 external files. This has the database schema install scripts along with some files used for cleanup, upgrades, and moving the file server. Let's start by creating the BladeLogic application database. Since we're using SQL Server, we'll open the SQL Server Management Studio and log in using an account with rights to create a new database and database login. Here that's a local administrator. Let's create this new database. Right-click in Databases, click on New Database. The name of the database here is BladeLogic. We can accept the defaults for other items here since our database will live on the C drive. Now let's create a login for our application. Right-click on Security and select New Login. Login name for our environment is BladeLogic. Password is SA. Uncheck the Use Password Profiles if you're using a very simple password like we are today. Set the default database to BladeLogic so that new objects will be created in the right database. And let's go down to user mapping. The BladeLogic user will need DB owner privileges on the BladeLogic database to create new objects. And there we go. Click OK. And we're out. Alright, so let's extract the external files. So we have those files to work with. And we're going to open a command prompt so that we have a place to run the startup script. We're going to cd down to the db scripts directory under the external files tree. So here's our master install script. As you can see, it's going to use files in the schema tree. There's also upgrade and utility here for other tasks. So I'm going to zoom in so that this is a little easier to see. The SQL Server master script creates all the objects needed by BladeLogic. It takes 4 arguments: the name of the server, hosting our database, the name of the database login, and the password for that login. If you run the script with no arguments, as you can see, it'll remind you of exactly what it needs. This system is Windows 8-demo. The name of the database is BladeLogic, and the database login is BladeLogic, and the password is SA. We see the script running here. If there are problems, you'd see errors here. Going to take about a minute for this to run in this environment. Alright, so schema creation is wrapping up here, and it completed successfully. So I'm going to zoom back out here real quick and we can go One other thing I'll do is I'll sanity check the database, make sure that the tables were created in the right database after running the install script. if you expanded the database, expanded the tables view, and the things I usually look for are like the agent state table and the ACE table and so forth. If you do see them there,
you know your database got installed correctly.